Hi, everyone. Happy weekend. Um, and so let's just jump right into it. Um, so, truth that's been buried is clawing its way to the surface, not gently, not gradually, but with the violence of something that's been suppressed too long. And when it breaks through completely, the landscape you thought you understood will be unrecognizable. Dangerous doesn't always mean physically threatening. Sometimes it just means destabilizing. Information that upends foundations. Revelations that force you to question everything you accepted as solid. Secrets that, once known, contaminate innocence you can't recover. Let me describe what happens when carefully constructed lies finally collapse. Someone near you, or maybe you yourself, has been operating with incomplete data, living inside a version of reality that's been curated, edited, controlled by people who benefited from your ignorance. And that control is failing. Cracks are showing, details are leaking through gaps they can't plug fast enough. You might have sensed wrongness without being able to name it. That feeling when things don't quite align, when explanations feel rehearsed, when you're being managed instead of being told truth. Some people dismiss that feeling, call it paranoia, convince themselves they're reading too much into normal inconsistencies. But instinct exists for reasons. Your body knows when it's being lied to, even when your mind hasn't caught up yet. And whatever your body's been trying to tell you, it's about to be confirmed. The vague unease is about to become specific knowledge. The suspicion is about to become evidence. Let's pause here. This reflection invites you to consider is less than hash zero. 5 hash is greater than what have you been sensing but refusing to fully investigate? Maybe it's about someone you trust, family member, partner, friend, someone whose version of events you've been accepting without scrutiny because questioning them felt like betrayal. But their version has holes. Timeline doesn't track, details shift depending on who's asking, and you've been choosing comfort over clarity by not pressing for consistency. The dangerous part isn't just that they lied, it's what the lie was protecting, what they were hiding that required this much construction to conceal. Some secrets are small, white lies, omissions that don't matter much. Those aren't dangerous. Those are just human. Dangerous secrets are the ones that change everything once revealed, that rewrite history, that force you to reconsider every interaction you had with this person through new lens of knowing what they're actually capable of. Or maybe the secret isn't about a person, maybe it's about a situation, something you've been part of without understanding its full dimensions, a business that's not what it appears, a family history that's been sanitized, a community that operates on rules nobody states out loud but everyone enforces. And you've been inside it, participating in it without seeing the machinery underneath the surface presentation. This reflection invites you to consider, have you been complicit in something you didn't fully understand? There's something specific about why this revelation is happening now. Secrets have shelf lives. They can be maintained for periods, sometimes years, through careful management and strategic silence. But maintenance requires energy, and eventually the cost of keeping something hidden exceeds the capacity to keep paying. Someone is exhausted from holding this, or scared of consequences if it comes out another way, or guilty enough that confession feels better than continued concealment. Or circumstances changed. Something that could stay hidden when variables were controlled became impossible to hide when variables shifted. People got sick, died, moved, started talking, documents surfaced, technology revealed what used to stay dark. Some secrets only work in specific conditions. Change the conditions, and the secret becomes unsustainable. And conditions are changing around whatever's been hidden. The careful balance that made concealment possible is tipping, and as it tips, truth spills out. This reflection invites you to consider, if circumstances forced truth into light, are you ready to see it clearly? Let me describe what shocking news actually means in this context. Shock is the gap between what you believed and what's actually real. The wider the gap, the harder the impact when truth arrives. If you suspected something, revelation might hurt, but it won't shock. Confirmation of suspicion is just painful closure. But if you had no idea if the news arrives from completely unexpected direction, revealing something you never imagined, that's shock. That's your entire reality reorganizing itself around new information your brain didn't have filing system for. The news might be about betrayal, someone you trusted acting against your interests while maintaining friendly face. Discovering that relationship you valued was partly or entirely performance. Or it's about identity. Someone isn't who they claim to be. Background they presented was fabricated. The person you thought you knew is actually stranger wearing familiar costume. Or it's about events. Something happened that you were told didn't happen, or didn't happen the way you were told it happened. And the truth is darker, more complicated, more consequential than the sanitized version you were given. Some news reshapes present, other news reshapes past. This is the second kind, the kind that makes you reconsider everything that came before through lens of what you now know. And that retroactive understanding is its own form of violation because it steals your past from you, takes memories you thought you understood and contaminates them with new context that changes their meaning entirely. This reflection invites you to consider, how much of your past would you have to reconsider if one key fact turned out to be false? There's something about the word dangerous that needs unpacking. Danger here isn't necessarily physical, though sometimes it is. Sometimes secrets being revealed put someone at actual risk, makes them vulnerable to consequences they've been avoiding through concealment. But more often, danger is psychological, emotional, relational. The revelation doesn't threaten your body, it threatens your stability, your trust, your ability to know what's real. When you discover you've been systematically lied to, it creates paranoia that's hard to shake, makes you question everything, wonder what else is false, who else is performing rather than being genuine. That paranoia can be more damaging than the original lie, because the lie was specific. The paranoia is global, it infects everything. Some people never recover full trust after discovering they were badly deceived. They stay defended, always watching, always questioning, unable to take anyone at face value ever again. That's the danger. Not the secret itself. The way the secret, once revealed, poisons your ability to trust your own judgment about people and situations. Because you missed it. You believed the lie. You were fooled. And that failure of perception makes you doubt your ability to perceive accurately going forward. And that doubt, that's what makes the secret dangerous. Not its content, its effect on your confidence in your own discernment. Let me address what you might need to do when this revelation arrives. First, give yourself time before responding. Don't react immediately. Don't make decisions while you're in shock. Let the information settle. Let your nervous system regulate before you act. Shock makes people do things they regret, say things they can't take back, burn bridges they might want to rebuild once they've processed. Second, seek outside perspective, not to be told what to think, but to reality check, to make sure you're understanding accurately, to get confirmation that, yes, this is as significant as it feels. Sometimes we minimize our own reactions, tell ourselves we're overreacting, gaslight ourselves the way we've been gaslit by others. Third, decide what you need to do with the information. Some secrets, once known, require action, confrontation, distance, ending relationships, changing circumstances, but other secrets just require integration. You know now what you didn't know before, and knowing changes you, but it doesn't necessarily change what you do. Only you can determine which category this falls into. Fourth, protect yourself. If the secret is genuinely dangerous, if knowing it puts you at risk, take that seriously. Don't downplay threats. Don't stay in proximity to people who've proven they'll harm you. You remain in complete control of how you respond to shocking news and dangerous secrets. You can confront or withdraw, explode or process quietly, demand accountability or simply protect yourself. The power is yours. It always has been. You may notice reading this has activated fear about what specific revelation might be approaching. Maybe recognition that, yes, something has felt wrong and you've been avoiding looking directly at it. Maybe dread about having your world reorganized by truth you're not ready for. Whatever it is, honor it. Take what resonates. Softly release the rest. Trust yourself. Before we close, I want to ask you something. If you discovered that something fundamental you believed about your life was actually false, would you want to know, or would ignorance feel safer? Drop it in the comments. And this, is truth always worth the cost of knowing it? Shocking news and a dangerous secret revealed. And when it arrives, when the careful construction finally collapses and you see what was really happening behind the curtain, you'll have to decide whether the truth sets you free or just shows you how imprisoned you already were. Some revelations liberate, others just make the cage visible. Not eventually, soon. The unraveling is already beginning. Trust yourself with this. Trust that you can handle truth even when truth is ugly. Trust that knowing is better than being managed through ignorance. Trust that your discernment is better than you think, even if it missed this particular deception. See you in the next one. And listen. Dangerous secrets lose power once revealed. What felt threatening in darkness becomes manageable in light, usually. Stay grounded. Stay protected. Truth is coming whether you're ready or not. Take care.